Welcome back. This is Empower. We focus on people and workplace. Before we went for a break, Wango, you were looking at seeking God's guidance in our careers, in our line of work. And one thing that comes to mind is also it's good to discover the God-given talents and passions and everything and abilities. Because you realize sometimes our line or our professional lines or our career path is also linked to those talents. As we read in Exodus, it was God-given. Yeah. It's not that you went to school and everyone has been given talents and abilities. Yes. And sometimes we tend to ignore that bit. What did you say about that?
Yeah, that is very true.
Yes.
Those are the, you know, we were just saying about seeking God.
Yes.
So God will speak to us through those talents and gifts that he has put in us.
Yes.
So when you discover I'm good in this, you'll know this is what God is calling me to do.
Yes.
So they are very important, and you'll find again they are very unique.
Yes.
Each one of us, we might be closely related with similar talents, but at the end of the day, I'm very unique, you're very unique. So it's good we discover those talents. They are pointing us to our calling, our purpose in God.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it is good for even for us as we interact with parents, as we interact with children, even in the church, to when we meet those young people and have conversations with them. It's good for us to help them or even to encourage them to explore.
Yes.
What talents? What am I good at?
Yes.
What do I love at doing? What exactly makes me feel more satisfied or happy? If something is mentioned, that is where my interest is aroused, you know. Because sometimes we tend to ignore such, and if someone would just pick that, that is where their success lies.
That is very true. That is very true. Yes. And we should be careful as parents, not to push our kids to a certain direction. Maybe to achieve what we didn't achieve. I wanted to be a doctor. I ended up as a teacher. Now my son is very good in biology and all that. I'm pushing him towards being a doctor. It's not wise. Let the talent. Maybe he's very good at speaking. He can do good in the media or something like that. Let him pursue his own path. Yes.
And I think most of the time, and then, for example, if I give myself an example, finally for me to end up in HR was because there's something I really wanted and my father could not allow me to do. And I remember what he told me, you're good in maths, you must do accounts. And I started accounts and I did some. Then I had to stop at some point because I realized
this is not my thing.
This is not me. However much I'm a firstborn, my dad want me to, he want to feel good. My daughter is an accountant and you must do this. But later, and I remember when I went to campus because I was called to do Bachelor of Education, he actually told me you have to look for, to change that course. And I applied for BCom. Thank God I didn't pass. So
he's still pushing you to the accounts.
Me feeling like, you know what, this is your area. But deep within me, I could feel how much I could get maths in school, how much I did accounting in Form 4. I wasn't feeling like this is exactly. And seriously, someone feels it. Because I remember very well, I could feel deep within me. What is pushing me to do, however much I'm passing those CPAs, is not, I'm not passing out of interest. I'm passing because I can understand the concepts in class and I'm able to do the exams and pass. But seriously speaking, I could feel this is not my line.
Very true.
And finally I had to do all what I did, and I said, because I really felt I need to work with people, not numbers. Finally, I had to get myself to HR. But I had to go a long route before I could get it. But you can imagine, if I was listened to from the beginning, if my heart was listened to from the beginning, could have moved into HR a long time. But I was told, I was told, but actually HR, I came because I wanted to work with people. But my initial was to work with people, but not in HR. But I had to look for a way. Because I felt this is where my heart is. And I think that is what we need to also to recognize. That these children, these young people, can we also listen to them?
Yes. Actually, as parents, we should have a candid talk with our children.
Yes.
Whereby we are the ones who are listening,
yes.
not talking this time.
That is
just
it.
Listen to them.
Yes.
You've observed this kid growing up.
Yes.
You know where they are strong. You've seen their character. You've seen their strength.
Yes.
You've seen their talents. Now listen to them. Pick whatever you are picking from it.
Yes.
Then as they advance in age, you'll be able to know,
yes,
actually this is it. And don't push. Don't push. If you push, you are punishing that child. Yeah.
And you see, the problem is we want them to, most of the time, there is what we want as parents.
Yeah.
And I think that is where we fail sometimes, because this is what I want.
Yeah.
Forgetting I am not my son.
Yeah.
I am not my daughter.
Yes.
And we get so disappointed when they don't follow that. But can we allow them to follow within? They are God's workmanship.
Yes.
Created for good work. They are unique. Can we allow them to be aligned to what God has created them to be? And the other thing that comes in mind when you think about workmanship and being aligning to God's purpose is also embracing work as service.
Yes.
Linking to what we discussed last time, when we embrace work as service, you know, there's this thing that people talk about, that service to men is service to God.
Yeah.
And I think take it as service.
Yes. Yeah, it's very important, and it will make our work much easier. Because it's just what you were saying last week.
Yes.
I'm a steward. I'm working for God.
Yes.
It's not my own. So I will serve people for God.
Yes.
And it's just that. When you take it as that, it becomes even easier. And at the end of the day, you'll be happy because you've reached to people, and also God is happy with you.
God is happy with you. And you know what happens as you do this? You find fulfillment.
Yes.
In aligning yourself to God's purpose.
Yes.
Because fulfillment will not just come in because of the money we get. Or just be seeing the business is growing. We've seen people reaching to a point that they feel like there's something I'm missing.
Yes.
How much I'm getting this pay and maybe getting all the benefits, but it reaches a point you feel, no, I think this is not. Because you're not aligned to God's purpose. But the moment your career, your profession, your work aligns to God's purpose, then you're going to find fulfillment.
Yeah. I personally think the optimum, the climax of human life is that fulfillment.
Yes.
You just feel, I'm satisfied, I don't need more. This is what I'm here for. So if when we serve God and we get that, it is the best that we can have. That's why you find somebody with a very big salary, but they are quitting their job.
Yes, people do leave.
Yeah, because you are feeling, no, this is not it. And they can go and start something very small, and they are fulfilled, and they are happy, and they are reaching out to God's people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think getting to that level of getting to know that this is what I am made to do.
Yes.
Is very critical.
Yes.
And it's not just your own. There is that need to reflect, to search, but also involving God.
Yes.
And then you are able to do that. Because if you get that fulfillment, then definitely you're pleasing God.
Yes.
Remembering all the time it is His business.
Yes.
And you can only do it well because it's where you are placed to do.
Yes.
And sometimes people struggle so much with what they do because they are doing the wrong thing.
Yes. And for the wrong purpose.
Yes. And it's unfortunate you can walk such a long, long journey. You've gone too far, yet you realize this was not the right direction for me.
Sure.
And again, I've come to realize that the way God has made us, that inner person.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
I usually talk, even when I'm talking to people in HR, as a HR person, you can have employees at workplace, give them work, they do whatever they're supposed to do. But you know, at the end of the day, if that person goes and sits down and they listen to their hearts, they're able to know, I did well.
Yeah.
I didn't do what I was supposed to do, because there is that inner person that keeps speaking to us and telling you, Beatrice, you know what? Here, you're cheating your employer. You're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But you know, some people will struggle with that. They'll pass their time. You'll keep fighting them at the employment just because they have not aligned in God's purpose.
That is very true. And you find most of the time our drive is now the material, the money.
Yes.
You're saying, because I'll get paid at the end of the month, let me just keep doing it.
Yes.
Let me just keep doing it. But at the end of the day, are you pleasing God? Are you doing justice to you? The real you, the inner person, as you're saying? You are actually punishing yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also now you're also cheating your employer, so you're also not doing right before God.
Yes. You cheat your employer, you're also cheating God. Yeah.
So when you look at it, you realize that sometimes we may even judge people at workplace. We may even accuse people. We may even punish people. Yeah. But it's only that these people have not come to do what they are supposed to.
Yes.
But now how do I help these people as an employer also? I need to also be a source, of encouragement, giving them opportunity to express themselves, giving them opportunity to even try other things within the organization. Because sometimes in an organization there are so many departments, there are so many functions, and actually that's why even people are given job rotation at workplace, so that you can do this today, do this another day, do this in another month, and finally someone can say, I think within this organization, this is where I fit, not here. But if you don't give them that opportunity,
they will keep struggling and not bringing the right results.
And again, you also lose them. And others get so frustrated. So it is good for us to encourage them. Encourage them to reflect on their current career paths. Give them opportunity to even look back. What steps am I making? Am I moving forward? You know this question we keep asking people, even we ask children, what do you want to be? How do you see yourself in the next year, 2-3 years? If you want to be here, what do you do within this journey before now, between now and the 5 years? How do you move those steps? They help someone to think through and be able to see, if that is where I want to be, then
how it brings now the how. How will I get there? What do I have to do?
That is key. And we need to start this even practicing with our own children.
Very true.
And engage them. Ask them, you know what? You want to become a doctor, so what is required of a doctor? 1, 2, 3. What do you see? What do you like in a doctor? What makes you think you can be a doctor? You know, such questions. And even employers need to embrace the same.
True.
Ask questions. Give them opportunity. Even when it comes to personal, when you're doing the reviews, like now you get to the end of the year, you'll get people doing performance reviews. Can you engage your employees and get to understand from them? You've been here with us for 2 years. What do you think you have gained? Are you growing? Do you feel like you're achieving your dreams as a person? Are your goals being met? So that when you have such conversations, they're able to think through.
Very true. As employers, it is important when you see somebody is sluggish, not performing, don't just think of how you can do away with that person. Because they have something in them. Also, take it upon yourself to find out their strengths. Like the way you are saying, you can rotate that person, see if they'll perform better in another department. And eventually, you'll be able to help that person. At least you've given them another chance and another chance before you leave them off.
That is very important, because these people have been entrusted to you by God. This God who is able to instill those skills or those competences or those abilities in them, then tells you, you are supposed to be accountable to him.
Very true.
We need to, our time is up. Maybe your final words as we close the program for today.
Okay. I would like to reiterate on the parents and the children. Let us guide our children. Let us give them a listening ear, and let us pray for them so that they may find the right path of their lives. Let us not allow them to fight the battles we fought. Let us guide them. If you had to take a detour and go round and round, at least assist your child to have it easier.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Wango. It was great to interact with you. I believe you've learned from us. And please, let's seek God's guidance in our career. We are his workmanship. My name is Beatrice. See you next week. God bless you.